Rock and roll. What a wonderful way to get this show on the road.
Let's do it.
Incredible match number one. Now, I have to swap one beautiful man for another. Joining me on the desk, I have Mr. Boogie, the legend that is, the voice, the man, the myth, the god. How you feeling?
I don't know who those people are that you're talking about, but unfortunately they couldn't come, so I had to come into here. I'm feeling fantastic, man. I'm feeling yes, absolutely great. It's the one day that we were waiting for such a long time. Since the very start of GLL, I was looking forward to this moment.
This is kind of, as when you look at these teams and you've been doing your research and seeing who's who, are there any shock or surprises in there that you didn't either expect to see or kind of should have been in there that you didn't expect to see?
There are a couple of teams, actually. We're going to be talking about the rest of the rosters that we have lined up for tonight. And actually, some of them are surprisingly, well, not that surprisingly, but they somehow sneak their way through. There's a couple of teams that we're about to see that actually made it this far, not through sheer skill, but just kind of making sure that they're consistent in the top 10.
Well, we will talk about them in just a second. For now, let's both recap and take a look at the current standings, because we don't have to add anything up. It's only game number one. Top of the charts, Woo. Kings under the mountain, Kingwin by name, Kingwin by nature, 325 points, 16 kills for game one. That's a banging start.
They're laughing through it, let me tell you that much. They had a fantastic first one. I've been watching it, holding my breath. It's a beautiful, beautiful game. They were laughing straight through the game from start to finish. Their lulls are super hard right now. So they're coming into this one super easily there. Those 16 frags showed how much they wanted to get this victory here. Now, they have fantastic frags, right? They got people like Gaxi, the 20 FPS Russia guy, as we know him. He doesn't have his YouTube channel, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be coming soon. Gaxi, you're a freaking legend. Davai. They got people like Ibiza, who is considered mechanically to be one of the best players in EU. He's absolutely savage as he goes, but it wasn't him that actually got the top frags. It was Larson with 7 kills of his own. So there you go, the whole team actually coming together and doing what they should have done, winning the first match very nicely. So,
well, just before we got underway, we showed you the top 9 teams. Not necessarily the top 9 teams, but 9 teams. So let's show you the rest of them that are going to be playing throughout this competition. This is Gambino, Tumai, Pride, Lush, and K. They enjoy a bit of a, bit of a down south action. Primorsk kind of moving away to Ferryport. There's some good options when you go to Ferryport. You can kind of opt to either, if depending on the circle, it's an easy access over to Sosnovka, but you can also kind of move up north. Ronin, give me a quick rundown of Ronin.
Alright, esports, they didn't have that fantastic time that they were hoping to achieve at IEM, of course, but then again, they're a consistent team once again. This is one of the teams that we're talking about that have this consistency, not necessarily showing up every time on the kill feed, but making sure they get into the top 10 by positioning. This is a very, very strong positional team, and you can see that they're very versatile in their drops. They do 2+2 to Stalper and Kameshki, and then when they know that AAA, for example, or FaZe are not playing the game, or Halvo are not playing the game, they're going to be opting to go, of course, to Milta. So they do their math, they know how to penetrate circles, they know how to avoid most fights, but when it comes down, they also have Staff and Spider that can actually show up as pretty good frags. Not to take anything away from Biscuit and Jage. Most of the team is well-rounded, but their strong point has to be circle placement.
Moving on then, unlucky for some, 13 is going to be Blank, Kavorka, Crip, Realize, and Rixnaz. They are Northern Georgia Pole players. TSM would love these if they were playing right now. Top 20 in the showdown back in August. Again, Georgia Pole, I do like it. However, another team that likes it, Ibiza, Kingwin, Gaxi, and Law.
Absolutely.
They are big fans. Then when you've got Ibiza at the helm, everything just seems to come together with these guys.
Absolutely. And they've had to fight real hard for South Georgia as well. You have to consider this, that they were going through Envious, they were going through Pentasport so many times. Even through that, there you go, Envious, the team that we're talking about, another team that goes heavily to South Georgia. Even though they
like the West over.
They got contended so many times, they kept going there.
They always seem to go up that kind of western beach area.
Yeah, they like the hospital as well, Envious, yeah.
Which, to be fair, this time round it was Larson who actually put pressure on them to kind of denied them it, so not the best of games from them, but I'm sure we'll see them turn up. A team that did have well, not only a good game in the previous one, but a blinder of a game yesterday.
Absolutely.
Suntouch, Liquid, Siphon, and Spadge KK. This is Team Dignitas.
There you go. And another team that actually loves to play the same area. There's going to be a lot of challenges to South Georgia. Most of these teams know where each other are going to drop, so henceforth we might see teams moving into North Georgia or perhaps into other regions of the map. We'll see how they fare tonight. Azimuth Lobby, another team that actually performed nicely yesterday. They actually, again, didn't shine through amazing fragging unless they had to, right? So they came through with a good position, with a good placement. These guys know how to defend the compound. Very, very good. And on the opposite side, guys who know how to breach a compound is Team Quick Maths. Also a team that's very versatile on the outside. When they play ridges, when they play behind tree cover, they really know how to count their lucky stars.
Achievements, they live in the darkness. Literally.
Hey, Vito. That's what they have to say about that.
Incredible. Alex, Savoki, Nuki, and Sentex. That is quick math. And the final 4 teams that you did just see, obviously it says up in the corner, LC, there is no number. They came through yesterday's last chance online qualifier.
Yes,
it's always good to see the last chances. It kind of gives a bit of a... You're liking that helmet, aren't you?
It's nice and round in front of me. Did you ever consider motorboating these?
Trust you to lower the tone. Come on.
Listen,
Championship Sunday, man.
That's why I've been brought here, man.
Have you ever considered motorboating 2 on-desk helmets? I've never been asked that before, and I don't think in any other game or caster I probably would.
It's not a common question. Come on.
No, funnily enough. Is it where you're from?
I mean, yeah. It depends where you're talking about.
Good God, amazing. What do you think to the helmets?
Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. If I could take them home, I would.
Stop rubbing the helmet on desk.
Sorry.
Put your hands. Put the hand. Keep it there. Stop it.
Under the
Stop
desk
it.
is not good either. But yeah, I definitely would take them home if I could. But they're not for us. They're going to be for the champions of tonight. And not only that, they also have in-game items, which are very, very nicely valued. So there's that goodie to be added to the bonus of having these helmets.
Most certainly, and of course it's an achievement as well. You know, it's something that you can stick on the CV, so to speak. You know, we're already going through storylines of people picking up DreamHack wins, people picking up a Gamescom win, IEM, you know, the Aussie Premier League. You're ranking up all these kind of underneath you when you go into organisations saying, all right, what have you done? Why should we pick you up and stuff? Yep. To say that you've won the GLL preseason, I'm sorry, but it's an achievement in itself. It's something that you can stick against a CV, stick against your name, because it's not going to be the easiest thing. You've got some of the best teams in the bloody world here.
No chance to look at it any other way. Exactly. And not only are the best teams in the world participating in this, but part of what makes it that much harder is the fact that you had to qualify every single week just to be able to get to the finals. So the ones that you see in here, they're not here just because, you know, they were called in or because, you know, they have some sort of flair or some sort of, you know, streamers in their team roster. No, they got here through super hard work, and they well deserve the show that we're about to continue tonight.
Well, you know what? Looks like the bird is in the air, and we are away with game number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome along if you are just joining us. This, of course, is the GLL Grand Finals Best of 7. This is it. After 7 games are all said and done, we'll have a top 3 and no more. The preseason for 2017 will be over, and these boys can go and have a very Merry Christmas, and we'll start January off with a bang and a new year for PUBG. So, coming in from down south and heading up to north, look at this, a little bit of an even split. Some teams already down on military base, some people eyeing up Ferryport throughout Primorsk. A few late flyers. We'll see if Theatre of Mayhem or Trigaznaya. I see Balok's name, so it would suggest so. Ghost Gaming could be potentially eyeing up Savernia. Let's see if they dive bomb. Yes, they do. They get booted out. They're looking around. Who's with us? Oh, actually, they're are they opting to ignore me? Yes, they are. So they're heading off around Stalber. In fact, they've got one extra player who's kicking around up there. So whether or not he's...
Was he Liquids?
It is
Liquids is timed out.
Yeah, he might have had a bit of an issue, unfortunately.
He's going to be
reconnecting. Well,
but fortunately for him,
feels bad.
Yeah, fortunately for him, actually nobody's sticking around. They're too busy. Ghosts are too busy actually getting to their loot phases, getting into good enough loot. And you know who else is busy looting? Oh, it's these bad boys getting run over one after the other. That was actually a good kill against Kaforka. GHH came in with a knockout and then
just run him over
P92.
Casually.
Yeah, I mean as you do. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And that's one team that actually set themselves into the school and puzzle block, which is a powerful area, not especially considering the loot, but considering that you're most likely to be in the circle, because just south of the puzzle blocks is exactly the center of the map. And as we say that, the first white appears. And it's a beautiful one. It's not going to be that much water when it starts to strangle in. It's going to be on the north side island, so it also allows the teams that are currently in the mill base to keep on looting freely. Plenty of teams are going to be up to their teeth with loot.
They kind of need to, and that's going to be Dignitas. It looks like Liquids has unfortunately DC'd or had some sort of error, but we won't play off too much on it. We'll see what happens from there and see if he does reconnect back into the server. But Dignitas are going to be allowed to carry on looting, get kitted out of military base. And the one thing about military base is you're either coming out of there or you're not. And if you are coming out of there, you're going to be absolutely geared up to the nines because of how much heavy level 3s there are to kind of loot around. Andrea wrecked you. Speaking of getting wrecked, Snickers gets knocked out. The AKM comes in with the headshot. See you later, my friend. Take a seat, sunshine. Novo, teams have gone down there. Ollie knocks out Rick Snaz. Andrea comes in finally for the kill, seals the deal onto Snickers, so he's out of the competition. 70 players remaining, but Liquid have just got himself a little bit of a knock over there. That's up in Roshawk, which is somewhere that we do between east of Ross and then kind of more towards the, down the sideways, up past school and so on and so forth. This is Liquid's territory. This is where they like to hang.
Exactly. But this is an unfortunate moment because there's just going to be 2 of them. I'm not too sure where the rest of Liquid are, but it's going to be Ollie and Mo, man. But they're going strong with the Scar. Not the best weapon to fight with if you don't actually have optics, but he makes it work somehow. So a bullet does travel to the path of real. He's going to be taking that one home for his kids, of course. And here comes the finish off. Mom is going to be moving into the player that he knows he dinked down to knockout. Actually, no, he's going to be stepping first inside the house, just making sure that he's got good cover as he knows that there's going to be enemies quite close to him. And Ollie, look at Ollie coming into the house there like an absolute legend. Grip is no more. Ollie, what an absolute beast there to actually go in bravely as he did. No nades, no nothing. He just went straight in, got the frag, and now he's got to get out.
I mean, you've got to have confidence in your shot to be able to go up against a guy rocking a 686, especially when you're not having a helmet. Both him and Malman are lacking helmets right now, so any kind of bullet that does manage to tank them up. Rickson has actually been... No, I'm talking rubbish. He's about to die. Never mind. He's about to play out. Realize just chilling in the corner. So Liquid, they'll bag themselves a couple of points there. Initial kill comes out of them. Molman's still scouting around. No helmet whatsoever. And obviously he's going to be... All you can see here, if enemies are looking at him, will be his face just hanging out of that tower. So he needs to be very careful, just kind of silhouetting. Eyeing the opposition up. Speaking to Ollie, working in tandem. More than likely we'll see Scoom and Samty elsewhere on the map kicking around. How else are things going on? Yep, there he is. Hexate down at the bottom. They're going to get a knock as well. So FaZe come in with their first kill. That's going to be Pandax. The M16 doing the work. 67 players remain.
Yeah, and there he goes. He goes in for the finish. Actually, it's going to be FuzzFace that does the dirty deed. First wants to make sure that there's nobody around that compound there just to clear everything up together. And now that they are kind of clear, Hack City's going to be joining him. They're going to be quite happy with the loot that they're going to be grabbing from there. Not so much, of course, but then again, it will be put to good use by these boys who are known to fight real hard. So whatever you give them an inch, and they're going to take a mile away from you. Now, most of the teams now are quite spreaded, quite far apart, it seems like. And here's one smart thing from Kingwin actually going into Pachinki. They've made that shows that they made their homework, right? It shows that they know that most of the other teams actually don't go to that area that much. Now, let's stop talking about the strats and start talking about the bullets because they're flying all across the map.
Yeah, Penta, Simsy of Doom, trying to stay alive in here. Looks like he's got a first aid. I saw the injection arm come out, which he does. He's going to peek, so K-Mate get caught off guard. If he does, this will be a nice win for Simsy because he's going to be able to get his weaponry. He's going to be able to take the 8 times off of him. He's got level 2 helmet and chest, so Simsy doesn't actually have them. I can see the helmet, and so can K as well. Bullet comes in, finds the target. He's dinked him pretty hard, so hopefully he's going to the first aid there. K now's backing off, which is the good move, kind of opting around. Needs to get that coat off. When you got this coat on, you're just giving away position because it flares out at the bottom and kind of shows where you are. So I'm not a big fan of people using coats. Get it off, Sunshine. Go on. Get your kid off. Take it off. He really wants to finish his kill, though. I mean, I like the aggression. Kind of hanging around, making sure that he wants to seal the deal on this one. It's a fair amount. Well, it's a couple of points for his team, but depends how many's actually still alive for his team.
They've lost each other's track. They've got no idea where one's coming in from the other side. This time around, though, it does look like he's going to have the support of his teammate here. Team Gambino might just run away with the frag here. Let's see if they do manage to find their enemy. It looks like Simsy is kind of hovering around behind the corner house, but now he actually took some shots. I'm not too sure where they were. He's peeking on the right angle there. He actually sees the player, but doesn't actually take the shot because of slight delay. Let's see, there's slight lag there. Of course, his sideways AK magazine doesn't help him either.
I think that's an M17. That's the upgraded version.
Oh, there she goes.
That's the extended mag. Kappa. Simsy is pushing out. Can K find the angle?
Oh, Ultra's here to help.
Yeah, just about to say that's who was shooting it before in the vehicle. So Ultra's turned up to the party. Froz is also in the distance. It looks like he's potentially on a bike. Simsy comes in, drills him hard with a 16. And now he hits the deck. That's going to be K who will fall. anybody else wants to take a peek on that one, because the rest of the team is now turning up to help them out, Boogie. This could soon turn into a 2 versus 4.
Pride and Lush are not that close, but they're going to be making their way quite fast into that one there. It's going to be Simms that falls in return to my returns firing. That's good. I'm not too sure if Ultra can do anything here, but he's moving in closer, throwing a couple of flashes there just to make sure that nobody's going to be rushing to cross as he goes for the res. Simsy will get a res indeed, but quite soon enough, it's going to be Lush that comes in from the backside angle there. He's going to be grouping up first with his team, and that's a smart move to do right now because they need to put all their forces into play here. That nade is quite close indeed, but Ultra goes the opposite way. This is going to be Simms that actually gets killed by that frag, and Ultra now doesn't stand a chance in this duel.
This is such a crisp and clean work. I mean, Ultra answers back against all odds and managed to knock one out, but that's going to be game, set, and match. Penta, they lose 2. That grenade, though, what was that actually? Frost is getting involved.
Yeah,
long-range taps with the AKM.
He's got to help out his teammate, but at this point in time, considering that he's done and dusted, it's just going to be Frost running around like a little deer. Hopefully not caught in the headlights of an enemy team, but he definitely needs to play this one quite slow. It's time for snacking, it seems like, for Penta. James is still live into the game, but they're going to have each other's back. Team Random, in the meantime, there are going to be quite busy against Liquid.
Scoom banking out the window. Let's take a look at his POV and see what's going down. He's now moved up. It looks like he's just on the edge of Ross. They will be advancing and moving with the rest of Liquid. They've all now grouped back up once again. Tap, tap, tap. Holographic on the AKM, and I love this. It's just gives you so much more view. I used to be a red dot user, but now I'll just opt to stick the red dot more on the 16 for a long range. But when it comes to close quarter spray, the hollows, it's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely, indeed. Talking about beauty, Team Random are trying a very cheekily beautiful play. They're playing from Waterhill, and that's a dangerous position that they're playing from, but it could also give them plenty of frags because you have very good visibility against Rorschach, even if at the same time you're going to be uncovered from school. But then again, this is competitive, so you kind of have to understand that no people are going to be just camping school for the sake of it. There's not going to be that much challenge for that spot as it normally is. As you can see, nobody in school, so that fight might just go to a slower edge. I'm not too sure if Team Random are going to be pushing in there. They might as well retreat, and they are getting into their cars. It looks to be the case here. But look at Checkshooter. He's quite close to the whole roster of Kingwin. I'm not too sure if I favor his chances here.
NA versus EU. Lol. It might go down. Good news, Liquids is moving, so he's rejoined the server. So Dignitas do have the full roster, but they're at the other ends of the map. We've got one on Millibase and one up in Severny, so dangerous signs for him, but anything's possible. All of Theatre and Mayhem still chilling in Yasnaya. What a surprise. Envious now on the move. Check Shooter might have got the information, but look at Toomey and Co. They're actually moving in, and potentially they might, if they're not going to loot this compound and they're going to get in deeper, they might crash into Kingwin. It looks like they're just getting the scout. They're going to go there. Havu, the old Sona boys, they're moving forward. It's time for them to get out of Prim and turn up to the fight. Novo's completely looted. Dignitas also now making their way across the water. They should be heavily looted in theory. They have been to Millibase all this time. I'm surprised they're going this early, to be honest with you. They want to clearly make it to the opposing side of, or the main island, should I say, you know, on Erangel, get the boots on the ground, because that circle, it does have a low chance of landing and staying on military base.
Exactly. That's the only reason why they actually chose to go that fast. You have to be in competitive. Actually, the speed with which you loot is a very, very important element. It gives you that much more time, that much more leeway to get yourself somewhere nicely into the safety of the white. You never know where the next one's going to be, so that's why you kind of want to be as close to the center as possible, even if the random factor, I suppose, the RNG factor of the next white is always going to be the case. But still, making it somewhere nice, holding off that position will give you plenty of respire. Let's say, you know, just a bit of a breather.
Yeah, I like it. Milter still home to the French. AAA, they're moving out just slightly to the east. Slightly to the west. They'll also be able to be the bodyguards of the bridge. You gotta pay the toll. You gotta pay the price if you want to cross the bridge, my friends. It's not going to be an easy thing to get past AAA. Spider spots empty. Liquid between a rock and a hard place right now. They're gonna lock this one down. Realize between a rock and a hard place. He's still sat in between his team and the rest of Liquid. Molman's more than likely still gonna have the information. They've been banking on him probably poking out. But 16 red dot, 1 and a 2. The helmet's not the best in the world. The chest a little bit better.
But it'll have to do.
It will have to do until you find something better. I mean, I'm not a big fan of getting into Circle 2 with any level 1s, to be honest, because the 30% damage reduction don't mean jack when everyone's rocking AKMs and everything else.
We were playing today, and you got into the circle with me, and I'm a level 1, so.
Hey, we did well. We went to the circle together, and we came out strong. We didn't win anything, but you know what? With the taking part, that counted.
Fair play to you then. JH is going to be giving up on that battle, and they're going to be giving up on that battle completely. These are two teams that can actually avoid each other absolutely and utterly without any kind of care in the world. There's ridges to be played from. There's certain places to be actually considered. We're actually caught off as he was scouting the farm area there. It's going to be Shadow that keeps on pushing towards the south, grouping up with Monkey and Shiv, and they will play as threes, no problem there. And Salenso in the meantime goes towards Liquids, and I think that's going to be a very poor Liquids. I think he's got absolutely nothing on him. Nope, level 1 on the head and level 2 on the body. And I'm not too sure if he wants to put it up with the fins. So he just keeps on trucking through, even though he's got only 2 wheels to work for. Now, next circle shows on is a pretty decent one for most teams.
She showed a face. Bit of water's in play. But look at Dignitas. They've split up. Zyphon's in the water, been the scout. The rest of them are back on the island.
Why is Zyphon crossing south? I wonder what they're thinking.
It's interesting, to say the least. Everyone's now starting to kind of turn up. Theatre of Mayhem still up in Yasnaya. They'll be showing the face a little bit later on for the late game. Everyone else now thinks, okay, it's time to make something happen.
Everybody's a farmer boy. Look at them.
Excuse me?
Everybody's a farmer boy. Everybody's coming towards farm.
This is prime territory.
It is, indeed.
The opposing compound that's just to the right-hand side, what you can see, is so dangerous. Cetro. Mini Fridge, he's going to go down. Mini Fridge Jr. will fall. The K98, the 762, finds its target and seals the deal. Headshot, easy kill for him.
He was eyeing the cans at the Mini Fridge, probably. You know.
Could we say the plug has been pulled out of the Mini Fridge?
We could.
The power's died.
As opposed to him getting warmer, he actually got colder, which is not necessarily the best thing.
Because he's dead. I see where you're going this one.
There you
it's
go.
a deep meme, but I'll let it pass.
It's a paradox.
We'll see Blue also.
Oh,
taking a knock,
no way.
FlyQuest are getting some cheeky shots off here. I like it.
Yeah, cannibalizing a little bit there. DZT tries to take the best out of his teammate, even if frags are not going to count. But still, there is some potential for fragging still. Hetroar keeps on pushing with that car 98, but it's not a lot of gaps that he can actually shoot through. So Duck, in the meantime, tries to return fire, but he just can't spot the enemy that's on the other side of the White House, which is not the one that's with the car 98, because Hetroar is in the Hagrid house. Do you guys call it Hagrid?
Which one?
The Hagrid house.
I've never heard of Hagrid. You
Where
mean that house
Hetroar
there? I just call it... I haven't actually got a name for it, to be honest with you. You're about the ones where it's just a little room upstairs.
Yeah,
nowhere else
the
to go.
circle one.
I like the Hagrid house. I like that. That's a good name.
There you go. We got the Harry Potter, so Hagrid.
Harry Potter, Hagrid. I mean, there's even an
The Brits have to represent somehow in PUBG, even if not with a team.
Hey, we have some good players. Steady on. Steady on, my friend. Nuki eyeing down the barrel of the ACOG. Just checking things out, how things are on the bridge. You can see bullet dust flying off. Here comes the run. Dink, dink, dink. Will he get this killed up? Hardlean comes in. The peak comes out. And all of a sudden, Sun touched. He's going to get drops. Oh, Dignitas lose yet another player. That's going to be a scat. Flash Hider on point as well. Vertical foregrip coming in for the spray down, ready to rock and roll. Chris kills Liquid. So, Theatre of Mayhem taking it to Team Liquid. TL will lose initial player, getting knocked out of the vehicle. Balok carries on pumping away with the M4. 8 times as well, and a silencer for that 5% deviation. Level 3 helmet gives him all the options to peak. Level 2 chest, 40% damage reduction. So if he does take a bullet, at least he's going to be a little bit safe. But now they opt to back off, which is the fair play. Why bother running out and giving yourself away when you've got this amount of gear? You've got a good spot on a hill. You've got a nice defilade to play off of. There's no point in just playing stupid.
Absolutely. They got prime time positioning right now, so they have TOM, so they're not going to be pushing forward to that battle anymore. They just wanted to make sure that Liquid know that there's enemies to their east, so that they don't push too hard, too strong, before they get dinked out themselves. Most of the times you actually see teams in competitive PUBG actually choose to fire off just to let each other know of where they are, so that they don't challenge each other too much. Otherwise, you end up with unexpected kind of dinks, and that's not something to be want.
It's kind of like a scare tactic, isn't it? Just
exactly.
Shoot at them to keep saying, look,
Look at this one, though. Spike and Zyphon coming in, but there's another squad quite close to them. But that squad is actually going to be challenged by
Spike, and I've been calling him Spadge.
I know.
I apologise,
I think you've been calling him Spadge.
Spadge. No, don't do that again. That was in my ears.
I'm known for my ASMR.
Hey!
It's one of the things you actually watch my streams for, right?
It's an incredible voice.
Absolutely.
Monkey banking it out, taking a look. You can hear the silencer. Pop, 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 away we go. But a bullet comes back and says, hello, thanks for showing away your position. We'll give you a bullet of your own. Shadow does go back inside. Zyphon knocks out one. So Zyphon, Dignitas struggling with position, but I tell you what, they've made it work. They've got across the water, they've got out, they've beached it, they've got under the bridge, and away we go. We've got a quick knockout. Zyphon wants to press this advantage, though. Press the issue. But the bullets are coming in. You can see the bullets hitting the floor, the dust there. He's got a pan on his ass. He's got a level 3 helmet as well. We did say coming out of military base, these guys should have some decent gear. Mini defilade to play off of, but this aggression right now from Zyphon, I'm a fan.
Yeah, absolutely. Dignitas trying to make it work here, and they might just indeed.
It's worked, Boogie. It's pushed them away.
Yeah, Quick Mass are going to have to retreat. And that's going to be the end of that one, or at least the one player from Quick Mass. In the meantime, though, we see Gambino making their way with vehicles into the safety of the white. And, well, wherever they would go from here on out, they're going to be covered with enemies. But they know that the position of the one player that's scouted ahead is quite safe. Lush, though, talking about safety, not a big fan of it. Forget about the buggy, flip it upside down. Sure, who needs it more than this circle? In the meantime, though, Encelenso is going to be quick on his heels. Is he actually pushing into Gambino? Surely he's not going to go by himself. Nope. His teammates follow suit, and we'll see how that one pans out. Somewhere else on the map, though, Kingren are finding themselves a cozy place to call home, and that's what they're going to do for this circle at least. But FaZe are quite close to them. They have another team just south. So Kingren have to really, really pay close attention to their surroundings right now, because they can get caught off guard super easily.
Gaxi get a knock, and all of a sudden Law comes in with a kill, so Pentaloo's another one. A look at the crush. This right here is going to be a pinch and a half. All these players, Define Legit looks down the barrel. There's one. Can we find a second FlyQuest between a rock and a hard place? They've got a team down below. The drill is coming in hard. Legit is just wiping out these players. That's one. That's two. Where's the third and the fourth? They're trying to hide behind the vehicle. They've got the downstairs of the Harry Potter to play with. Grenade comes through. Two of them fall, and all of a sudden, Ghost Gaming, they are ghosted off the face of the planet. They just destroyed FlyQuest. Oh my god.
Absolutely. What an insane performance out of them. They caught their enemies off guard, and they didn't relent. At that moment in time, they knew they had to push, and push they did, and it was beautiful. It seized them 4 frags, and those are going to count very, very good. These are the finals. If you're watching at home, just to remind you, these are the games for all the freaking marbles.
Ghost just... I mean, that's 2 North American teams. Their team didn't necessarily know how each other play, but it was just how kind of pivotal it becomes a point of, okay, we need this Harry Potter, this is prime territory. FlyQuest turned up first, but it was the positioning necessarily of where Ghost Gaming was, just to have... They didn't know they were behind them. It's as simple as that. They stood up on the ridge, they had the defilade, and they just said, okay, well, we can just absolutely blame you. Whoever the grenade was on Ghost Gaming, it was a belter. It went in the top of the Harry Potter, it took down 2 players, it killed one, knocked another. Monkey, speaking of grenades, is going for some smokes. He knows that he does have players just staring down on him. He's going to try and get an angle throughout the window. We'll see if this does pay off. Pride's angling it and hard peeking it. We'll see if he can find a face. He spots one. He knows he's there. He's going to hold his breath for just a second and kind of back off. Meanwhile, Monkey, they're all just kind of buying the time now that a lot of people have been going down, but look at that kill feed.
Absolutely beautiful one from Pride. M16 put to real good use. It does look like Shiv will get raised by his teammates though, so that's not going to count towards too much. Yeah, there's one member committed to Shiv to help him out there, but they're caught between the rock and hard place. Even if their teammates are going to be helping him out from a different perspective, it's not going to be an easy task. No, that was actually Lush coming in. There you go. So Shiv's going to be out. So that leaves only 2 people left alive for Triple A. They made their lives that much harder, but at least they have the circle. If, however, this circle moves to the north side, it's going to be a bloodbath that we're going to witness.
We'll have the killing fields if she moves near the farm. We've also got the hill as well. That's still within the circle, so anything is possible. A little bit of breathing room here for Ghost Gaming. Profi and Austin just chilling out. McCoy and Legit again in the house that they so valiantly won. Meanwhile, Theatre of Mayhem playing the grassy lands, just looking down upon 3 players. You can see Balok, he's having a cracking shot. These guys played, and Balok played his mind out of DreamHack. Credit where credit's due. The man is, Avenger did say, watch for this guy, he's going to be big, and honestly, failed to disappoint. Meanwhile, Ghost, yeah, there you go. That's
There
an M24, lads, if
goes.
you want it.
Sure, go for a grab. You can leave it there if you want it as well. I'm not too sure what you're going to be going for. Of course, he's going to grab the M24. Austin will be that much more of a beast with it, and he will indeed put it to good use. Now, Hooligans on the north side there, they're pretty close to TOM, and they're going to have to move together. with Liquid at the same time in the next circle. Also on the south side of things, plenty of teams are currently outside. And look at where Havu are choosing to rotate from. Very smart in their pursuit to actually go first west and then, go towards the northwest and then actually come from the western side of the white where they're not going to have that much of a challenge. However, challenges are afoot for Tumayana's zone. They're taking a heck of a lot of damage here, and Gambino are going to have to go for the heals. They don't really have the chance to do anything else. They're still playing a full squad, but this scout they've sent here before, 2 players sent in as scouts, might just actually end up hurting them a little bit more than it does help them. Still, a high concentration of people on the southern future white.
Lush is watching both points here, making sure that his front and back is covered. Caden, the American sniper himself, he played a godlike game yesterday. Some of the bullets and shots that he was landing was just truly, truly incredible. He's just eyeballing up in the tower. One team is going to be random, taking control of Pachinki Hill, and it's a very, very good hill to take control of, especially if it does shift that way. Envious taking more bullets at one team, knocks out one. That's going to be K. He's going to fall in the kill feed. Liquid's just happy to sit in the shack, be that guy. Why not? You need to get up. Check shooter comes in. He finishes the deal. Austin knocks out Avenger. In fact, he kills him with the Mini 14. Ends his life. Theatre of Mayhem, falling victim to Ghost Gaming once again. That happened exactly the same in the previous round.
There you go. But this time they're looking for a bit of a more revenge, and it comes indeed. Profi's getting the first one knocked out, but Balak follows suit. Austin, in the meantime, bopped the full med kit, so he's going to get rezzed. Balak dies as well at the hands of Mikoi. And there you go. What they tried to achieve did not work at all for TOM. Now they're playing as stews, and they're not going to have an easy time at it as they try to move around. Still Goes Gaming have an angle against them. Mikoi and Defiant Legit might actually end up sealing the deal here. I don't know where TOM can go. To their west, it might be safer, and that's exactly where they're treading.
Honestly, it might be to the grave at this point because they've got to move in. Liquid are up on the north. They're going to be making their way forward very, very soon. Ghost Gaming, though, still just battering everybody from afar. They've got vehicles to play around. They've got defilades. They've got grass. They've got trees. They have everything because they have the corner of the hill. They've also got eyes potentially on Theatre of Mayhem if they're not too careful. Chris takes out FaZe. So TOM, they do have eyes on FaZe also. Defiant Legit, though, I have to give him credit where credit's due. He's so aware of what's going on, always watching his ass, always spinning around, just making sure that no one's creeping around.
Are you saying he's got aimbot?
I'm not saying that for 1 minute whatsoever. I'm saying that the man is very, very aware, an incredible player. If he gets this kill, tags 2 players super hard. That's going to be really bad. I'm not entirely sure which player that was. I didn't catch the name, but... Oh, in fact, it's going to be Sig, Simi Slightmares, and his partner behind him. But both of them... to tag up 2 players like that, and all of a sudden Dizzy catches them and says, okay, that's an easy kill from us.
Oh, look at that circle. It's going to be all the way up north. And, well, actually 90% of the teams, 90% of the players are currently on the outside. They're going to have to make their way quite a lot and not by cars because Nuki's one has been badly damaged. Now he's going to be prone again, hoping to get a first aid kit, pop it in between frags, but nope.
Those grenades.
And Lenso doesn't relent. And that's going to be the end of Nuki. It was all for the Nuki, but no longer.
Havu moving away from themselves. They're going to go kind of towards this west side of the circle and creep upwards towards the north. Random know it's time to move, so they want to get the boots on the ground early. Liquid do have the option just to take the outskirts of that building, but there's barely any cover there. It might give them something. Theatre of Mayhem, they're going to be trapped as you can actually see the rotation coming in from Ghost. They're taking a wide peak, so to speak, a wide berth all the way on the east side, so they might actually go up and around.
Gambino want this fight. Oh, they're going for it. Look at this one. Actually, they're heading straight into Kingwin, and Kingwin are punishing for that one in the open, caught off guard. Pride still pushes in, though. Lush is going to have to heal. So Pride with a side flank here can't actually do too much. Chooses to go a bit on the back foot here. Lauren Larson still holding on to the angles there, but they have no idea that Pride is coming in. Indeed, there's one more player from Kingwin that actually will manage to back flank Pride. If he chooses to push in here, this can get quite dangerous for him. But that one player is actually not looking towards the south. Pride could come in with a frag here, but it will be super, super dangerous if he does. In the meantime, though, Kingwin have made their distance, and they're heading towards Ghost Gaming here. One of these teams are going to die, and I'm not too sure if I like Kingwin's chances being compressed between 2 enemy teams.
Doesn't look like he has any attachment on the end of the... Yeah, exactly. Liquids is just sitting there. I think, don't quote me on this, I think he's the last player alive for Dig.
Might be.
In fact, the ticker says so as well. Pride comes in. See you later. Finishes Law. He's an insta. So, Kingwin... They will go down. 30 players remain. Liquid's actually disconnecting's kind of helped him out a little bit because he's managing to stay alive. If he comes out of this little cubby hole, he might have a lot of players lined up for him. Pride needs to take a battle. There's players all over the place. Everyone's going to be seeing each other rather soon. Have Liquid still... Oh, look at the firing range, the fireworks, the lights, the cameras, the action, the flash. Can he stay alive? The pan doesn't do the job. To the back of the head he goes, and to the floor he lands.
There she goes. Liquid is going to have to play this one quite slow, and he had the look of hearing Gambino just fire off left and right to him. So he's going to hold on to a bit longer there, healing up, and now he's making his way towards the circle. But he's going to have to group up actually with Ghost Gaming, who are currently on the outside as well. Define legit taking shots. Kailank, and he will be taking him down as well. Eggidorp soon to follow. I'm not too sure if that's going to be an easy time for for whoever is outside the blue now. When Ghost Gaming are peeking you, there's not a lot of chances to stay alive. Let's just put it that way.
Legit finds another 2 as they work their way out the shack.
Caster's curse.
It is, mate. That's all it is. They've lost a vehicle. They've lost a UAS. Legit's like, nope, I'm off. See you later, my friend. I'm leaving you behind. He's going to reposition himself. But it's also good because it gives his teammates somewhere to move. They can use that vehicle if they do have cover of it. Liquid finally have turned up to the party. You can see on the north, Samty was flanking around. Mormon's POV on the right-hand side. Random as well on the left there. 18 players remaining. This is a very tight circle. Around 20 players alive at this time is incredible because they're all so damn close together. Spider, for a second, will catch his breath. That's going to be the M16. It's going to be on burst, and he's got a hollow as well. Mormon, meanwhile, taking some bullets to the back as he does try and rotate around and out of this fight. Sambi and Skoom are there, but Spider's got their angle. He's holding point. He's holding them pinned back. I don't actually think he knows they're there because they're on the defilade side, so he can't see this. He's more drawn towards the smoke, which naturally you are. A smoke can be used to distract not only from a visual aspect, but if you're in a building, you put one down, it makes so much noise, you can run away and just leave people questioning life exactly to where you've disappeared from. Dizzy. 4 times on the sky. You can hear the bullets are flying, but he spots Envious. He comes up. He shoots, but he's punished back. The bullets come through. Chick Shooter goes down. His teammate forced to the left-hand side. Can he take one with him, or will they see him? See you later, my friend. Venerated comes in and wipes out 3.
And that's 3 left for Envious as well as they make their way in. They're going to go inside the full squad of Ghost Gaming. Not an easy task to stay alive, especially considering that Ghost Gaming where they have the white, so they don't really need to move. The only thing that makes Envious's life easier is that they have the upper hand. They have this the elevation, I suppose, to come into this fight. However, in the meantime, though, Ghost Gaming seems to be quite busy with Liquid themselves. Team Random making their way as well into the side there. It's going to be Check that actually finally dies, but Jesse, in the meantime, is going to be grouped up in a fight with the lads from Random, and that's quite a battle. It does look like Jesse and Venerator are going to be closing into the good frags. There's one less squad to worry about.
Medkit comes off, so that's going to be back to 100 HP, 100%. Excuse me, and as soon as we do that, Austin falls again. Define legit. Looking around the corner. He knows where these shots are coming from. Grenade goes down, and he's aiming high. Is this going to...
No.
Oh, it's...
Surely not.
Oh, another bullet hits him in the face, though. Will it do any more damage? No, it just falls short. That's going to be Random causing all kinds of problems. Legit's not exactly knows where to go. He's backed off. He's heard the bullets once again. It looks like it is a Silence 16 in his hand. So we can try and... Look at this, just peeking 2-2. Austin and McCoy are having a few problems with Skoom themselves by the looks of it, but... I kind of think it's Liquid who do at the moment have the... In fact, it'll be Random more than... In fact, they're all aiming at one another. It's 4 teams on 4 points.
Oh, Venerator gets knocked out again by Samty this time around. And that's a very, very good frag against the Envious team because they were very powerful with their positioning. That gives Ghost Gaming actually a chance to go into it, but they're not interested. Much rather they take down their enemies. Moman is going to be the first one to get knocked down. There's not going to be a lot of chances for the res.
Skoom flank.
There's just 15 seconds left. Skoom, what are you doing there?
Skoom's going on a quick flank. Everyone else is kicking off and fighting. Legit's going to fight. Skoom's going to be behind him and all this is going off, so he might be able to be the party pooper, so to speak. Profi, can he finish off Jesse? He knows exactly where he is. He's laying down. Sees the head, but Jesse, I think he answered back on him. He actually manages to knock him. So he goes down as he moves forward. McCoy's POV now looking around. We see Profi just hanging about. Random still alive. Skoom has moved into a new position, which is incredible, but they do have the edge of the circle. Skoom, unfortunately, will kill Samty with the AKM, so he's probably going to say, take my ammo or something.
He's just playing for placement right now.
Yep.
That's the only thing that he can do. No chance to actually run into the circle, and he's not actually going to get a chance to do anything because this one bites quite hard. Talking about bites, Random are really hoping to get a chunk of their enemies, and they'll do indeed. Ghost Gaming have a very decent chance at this. They've got the high ground as well, and they also have one more member. If that last member gets res, it does look like Mikoi will get the job done. However, Spider has a good spot to work with here. They're being very patient, and I'm not too sure if this is the right play. As soon as they heard the shots on Ghost Gaming, they should have made a move, but this might end up costing them super, super hard.
I'd like to think that, you know, they've kind of got some idea, at least. They do have bandages to kind of peel through this one. They're also going to be more than likely topped up with the stims. You can see he's into the third bar, so it's going to be a 2% movement speed for him as well. In fact, that make that a 6% movement speed alongside the health kick that comes from it. His health's going to jump back up to 100% in no time whatsoever. McCoy knows that there's 5 alive, and 3 of those, well, they're including himself, is his team. Bullets come in. Spider finds his mark. Now he has some idea where they are. The advantage here for Random is the fact that they're actually split up, kind of, so to speak. Again, the angle actually comes through, so Profi gets knocked. Now we're into a 2-on-2. He wants to press the advantage. He knows the situation's kind of in his hands. Tanks him up heavily, but they answer back. He will fall. Stuff goes down. It's all on Spider. He's in a 1 versus 2. Ghost Gaming, they claim victory. And that's 16 kills in the bag, Boogie.
Absolutely. GG for them indeed. And it was not through any kind of sneaking around. Nah, these boys made it by sheer talent. Really beautiful placement from them, even early on, even on the 4th circle as they started to move into to their enemies. They really, really knew how to position themselves. Even if at a certain point in time, on the circle before last, they were on the south ridge. Somehow they managed to get into their enemies' envious on the northern end, and from that point forward, I knew it was going to be their game. We both kind of knew that one. Theater of Mayhem, they were kind of out, they were kind of in the open, they kind of had to make the first move, and that's how they got dinked down. And that's going to be how the cookie crumbles for the second match, but here's a reminder, we got 7 of them today.
And they're playing for these. See, I'm not going to rub it like you, I'm going to stroke it. There we go. And they are incredible. They're going to be walking away with these each, and of course they have the in-game items. But the one thing we have to say from that, I mean, Ghost Gaming, they had a storming game, but they also racked up the kills as well alongside the 200 points. So that's going to be a really big money game for them. I'd probably say that they may have put themselves to the top of the board. We'll find out after the break, and we'll be coming to the next game. The one team that did do well, which they needed to do well, was Liquid. What a night and day performance, because they actually came into the second round with 0 points.
Yeah, unfortunately for them. But there you go. That's the spirit of a champion. When you don't really care about how it went before and you kind of somehow they erase that from their memory. It's like in Counter-Strike, every single round is 0-0. You just play not remembering what the past was. You just keep on pushing forward. They didn't let that actually affect them. So they came on strong. There you go. Liquid shine through. Now, Ghost Gaming, let me point that out. They're a team that are known to be at the top of the scoreboard every single time they hit GLL. These lads know what they're doing, and they're doing a great job at it. Talking about the highlights, though, that we have here, Penta's defense was unfortunate. Gambino were hunting so thirsty for the frags. Talking about others that were hunting thirsty for frags, look at this beautiful, beautiful take from Ghost Gaming.
It was one of the good. I think it's this here. If you look at this, it not only does it knock out the player down just below, but it kills one as well. It just does so much damage. You can see it's just gone in now. Wait for this explosion to see what it does to the rest of them. Bam. 3 in one go. Make that 4. What a belting grenade. I mean, Ghost just came in hard, and you kind of said it. You did touch on it a little bit, the fact that if they wouldn't have taken that fight, they wouldn't have had such an advantage to move down, because then they took control of that plot. They also had the drop came in next to them. Yeah. They all stayed alive. They could all just... I mean, when you kill four people as well, it's not only you haven't got, you think, oh, great, I've got points. I've eliminated another team, so I've guaranteed myself that I've jumped up. It's the body bags that are on the floor. It's the ammunition. It's the weaponry. It's the armor if yours is dinked. It's the meds. Like, when you wipe, when you wipe her.
If you guys would see Sims right now, his eyes are so starry.
Oh, it's the meds. Dude, it's when, like, there's nothing worse when you kind of like struggling for stuff, and it's like, oh, what have we got between us, boys? And it's like, well, I'm on 2-1-1 here. I've barely got anything. You wipe a squad, and all of a sudden it's like, boys, I can't carry all these Red Bulls. Help me out, fam. Help me out. You just kind of push them all around. So, yeah, it's incredible stuff. Amazing work from Ghost Gaming. Incredible to see Liquid actually getting up into this top spot from such a really bad start to this evening, to be honest with you. And this is kind of the story of how things are going to go. This, of course, is a best of 7. Guys, we're going to take a very, very short break. When we return, though, game number 3 is underway. Don't go anywhere.